thing we're going to look at is standard form. This is used a lot in IB papers. Standard form. I really want to talk through what all this means. A times 10 to the nth, where 1 is less than or equal to A, which is less than 10, and we'll see if we can remember this one. And K is an element of the integers. This is really saying we're going to scientific notation. This number has to be between 1 and 10 times 10 to the something. Now converting to this is pretty easy, especially if you, when we get to the calculator tricks, I can show you how to do it in the calculator. But by hand it's super easy, and you've done this a million times. Now, we want our first number to be between 1 and 10. So we start here, and actually this is a great way to do your significant digits. If we look, let me grab another color here. The first significant digits, the first 3 are right here. So I'm going to go with 2.78. Now we got to figure out what the power of 10 is that's going to help me. Now we're going to move the decimal point this way, so it's got to be positive. If we had a small fraction, it'd be negative. So let's see how many places we go. Start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 10 to the 6th. Super, super easy. Let's take another one. How about a really small one? Okay, again, look at your 3 significant digits. This is great practice for finding your significant digits. Here are my 3 significant digits. So that means my A, or my number, is going to be 7.52. Now 10 to the what? See how many places I need to move my decimal. Now I'm going to the right this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is much, much smaller, right? Now, could you tell by looking at these in standard form whether they're big numbers or small numbers? Well, if you have a positive exponent, it's going to be a really big number. If you have a negative exponent, it's going to be a really, really small one. Decimal. Now, let me ask you a question. Which one of these would be a natural number? This one. Which one would be an integer? This one. Which one would be a rational number? Both of them. Now, you say both of them. How in the world could I have written that as a fraction? Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this would have been 75278 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can write it as a fraction. That makes it rational. All right. The next thing you're going to have to do is do things with these 2 numbers. So let's say we needed to multiply those 2 together. Okay, so what if we had to take 2.78 times 10 to the 6th times 7.52 times 10 to the negative 5th? What if I wanted to multiply those 2 together? Well, first off, just multiply the numbers together. So come off to the side and multiply the numbers. 2.78 times 7.52. That gives me 20.9056. And you'll notice that I'm not rounding yet. I don't want to round yet. I'll wait to the end. Now let's see if we can remember our rules of exponents. Same bases. We're multiplying, so we add the exponents. So 6 plus negative 5 would be 1. Now, is this right? No. This needs to be a number between 1 and 10. It's 20. So I need to move the decimal spot over 1. So that means this has got to increase by 1. So 2.09056 times 10 to the second. You notice I have not rounded or gone to my significant figures yet, because I want to make sure I have the exact answer shown. Then I'll go to my 3 significant figures. Now, what about dividing? Ooh, let's say we were dividing that big number by that really, really small one. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so we'll just divide the numbers. 2.78 divided by 7.52, and I get 0.36968, and I'm going to stop it because that's pretty far. And then I'm going to subtract. We added the exponents here. We're going to subtract here. So 6 minus a negative 5 is going to give me a 10 to the 11th. Ooh. Now, I need to move that decimal place back 1. Now, that means it needs to be a negative movement. So this is going to be 3.6968 times 10 to the 10th. We had to go backwards 1. We didn't go to the left like we did here. That increased our exponent. We moved backwards. We're going to decrease that exponent. Now I'm going to go to my 3 significant figures. And this is a good example. This 9 would round up, right? Which means that it's going to move the 6 up. You would write it as 3.70. Since we did round, we need to write the 0 as well.